Addressing astronomers earthwide. I want to let you know that I appreciate your work that you do, and I notice very carefully what is being said by you on the internet and YouTube. Now I don't know that all astronomers are of the same mind. I compare what you say to what I learned from ancient astronomers that knew a lot about our heavens. There are two of them you might know of or heard about. Their astrological accounts influenced people like Socrates, Plato, Aristotle, Podpori, Lactantius, Marsilio Ficino, and me. And there were others not mentioned. The two ancient astronomers is known as Thoth and Asclepius. In Egypt, Thoth was known as the Egyptian god of knowledge because of what he knew, and his friend he taught was known as a great Greek doctor/teacher. Now at this point I want you to know this is not a religion or a religious group. God declares he has no religion on this earth. His religion is in the scientific minds of people that lived through thousands of years and is called the religion of the mind. Yes, we did mention some of those peoples. This is ancient knowledge and it teaches you a lot about reality. But I will strongly tell you, they have the strongest teaching in the whole world when it comes to astronomy. And never did they mention that there was a black hole in the center of our Milky Way. Now if you are an atheist, you want like the next word I will use. And that word is God, or better yet Creator, and no, there was never a Big Bang. But before you shut this YouTube down, please note this: God or our Creator does not have a religion on planet Earth. All the religions are following gods made of flesh and blood, like the God of Israel or the moon god of Islam. So I will repeat again, God or our Creator does not have a religion on planet Earth. And yes, I strongly think there is a force you call Sagittarius, a star, that supplies everything with light and life in our supercosmos known as the Milky Way. The way he does that is by using a spirit force that's so phenomenal it staggers our mind to think that there is something in our galaxy that is so terrific. Here is an example. Thoth stresses for us to learn of the law that exists, holding the stars in their balance by the force of the primordial mist. That force of the primordial mist does everything for our Creator and His will. You will find it feeding every star, and stars feed planets and planets feed us. But if you noticed, it moves stars or holds stars in their balance to where they don't run wild in the arm that it's in. That primordial mist is everywhere in the Milky Way, and it does the divine will of our God. You've seen it or will see it in columns of dust with stars shining in them. And there are other ways that force presents itself. You will find it in the womb of a woman creating a baby, or maybe look at it that has wrapped our atmosphere around the earth so we can breathe, and nurses our sun so it can nurse our earth with a magnetic field to cause us to have gravity so we don't float off the earth. Thoth says the earth resists us so we can walk, jump and do other things. It doesn't magnify us. If it did, you couldn't move on earth. The biggest and most magnificent thing that the spirit force does, is put in us what is called our soul. It is that soul that is mixed with earth matter that forms the two parts of our bodies. When your body can't support that spirit soul, your soul leaves your body and your body turns to matter and goes back into the earth. So you can be aware of a little of what Thoth and Asclepius wrote and taught, Let's look at a few paragraphs from their writings. I chose these because they magnify the God star you call a black hole. But before we start, let me make clear what I understand to be the word cosmos is. He speaks that the earth and the world of man and mankind is a cosmos. Then he calls our solar system a cosmos with our sun in the middle that's controlling all the planets like a chariot driver. Then he talks about the all that is another cosmos, but his explanation tells us it's a supercosmos. Notice please, he says, "O man, listen to the voice of wisdom, listen to the voice of light. Mysteries there are in the cosmos that when unveiled fill the world with their light. Let he who would be free from the bonds of darkness first divide the material from the immaterial, the fire from the earth, for know you that as earth descends to earth, so also fire ascends unto fire and becomes one with fire. He who knows the fire that is within himself shall ascend to the eternal fire and dwell in it eternally. That fire in us is our soul. Mystery in mystery, yet clear to the light born, the secret of all I now will reveal. I will declare a secret to the initiated, but let the door be wholly shut against the profane. 3 is the mystery that comes from the Great One. Hear, and light on you will dawn. In the primeval, dwells 3 unities. Other than these, none can exist. These are the equilibrium, source of creation, one God, one truth, one point of freedom. 3 come forth from the 3 of the balance, all life, all good, all power. 3 are the qualities of God in his light home, infinite power, infinite wisdom, infinite love. Light home galactic center, light does escape the galactic center because he creates light and feeds the whole galaxy with it. 3 are the powers given to the masters, to transmute evil, assist good, use discrimination. 3 are the things inevitable for God to perform, manifest power, wisdom, and love. 3 are the powers creating all things, divine love possessed of perfect knowledge, divine wisdom knowing all possible means, divine power possessed by the joint will of divine love and wisdom. 3 are the circles of existence, the circle of light where dwells nothing but God, and only God can traverse it, the circle of chaos where all things by nature arise from death, the circle of awareness where all things spring from life. All things animate are of 3 states of existence, chaos or death, liberty in humanity and felicity of heaven. 3 necessities control all things, beginning in the great deep, the circle of chaos, plenitude in heaven. 3 are the paths of the soul, man, liberty, light. 3 are the hindrances, lack of endeavor to obtain knowledge, non-attachment to God, attachment to evil. In man, the 3 are manifest. 3 are the kings of power within. 3 are the chambers of the mysteries, found yet not found in the body of man. The knowledge which corresponds to the character and extent of the human mind is based wholly on man's memory of the past. It is the retentiveness of his memory that has given him dominion over the earth. The knowledge which corresponds to the nature and character of the cosmic mind is such as can be procured from all the sensible things in the cosmos. But the knowledge which corresponds to the character of the Supreme God's mind, this knowledge, and this alone, is truth, and of this truth not the faintest outline or shadow is discernible in the cosmos. For where things are discerned at intervals of time, there is falsehood, and where things have an origin in time their errors arise. Thought, however, differs from mind in this respect, that our thought attains by mental effort to the kind of knowledge which corresponds to the character of the cosmic mind, and having come to know cosmic things, it furthermore attains to a knowledge of eternity and the supracosmic gods. And thus it comes to pass that we men see, as through dark mist, the things of heaven, so far as this is compatible with the conditions of the human mind. Those supracosmic gods they speak of are part of the second God that the very powerful primordial mist is creating to place those super gods in one of the arms of our supracosmos, the Milky Way. Let's go on, notice the rest please. Our powers, when we aspire to the sight of things so high, are limited by narrow bounds, but great is man's happiness when he has seen that vision. You see, Asclepius, how lowly is our station, and how lofty are the things of which we treat, but to you, O God Supreme, I give my thanks, that you has shed on me the light whereby I see. For God is the Father of the cosmos, that is the world, and the world is the father of those things that are in the world. And indeed the world is the Son of God, and that which is in the world is subject to the world. And it is rightly called cosmos, for the cosmos adorns all things in the variety of creation, in unceasing life, in perpetual motion, in the swiftness of necessity, in the composition of the elements, and in the order of creation. It is thus called cosmos, that is adorned, by necessity and by right. The sensation and understanding of all living things flow from without, breathed in by that which embraces all, but the cosmos received everything from the beginning from God, and perpetually guards it. God is certainly not deprived of sensation and mind as is believed by some. Those who are oppressed by misery speak falsely. All things that exist, Asclepius, are in God, and at the same time dependent upon God, some acting through the body, some moving by the essence of the soul, some quickening by the Spirit, and others receiving the dead. Let us say, more precisely, God does not have all of these things, but to clearly state the truth, He is all of them, let us confess. And He does not take these things from without, but no less, extends them outward. This is the sensation and understanding of God, moving everything always. And there will never be in the future, a time in which something of what exists will vanish into nothing. When I speak of things that exist, I speak of the treasure vault of God. For God Himself contains the things that exist, there is nothing beyond and He is beyond nothing. This ends the first part of Addressing Astronomers Earth-wide. Part 1.